Okay, so this is a present value. These are three ways you can do present value. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is to kind of give you an idea. It's just a couple of ways you might see present value calculated in a yield to maturity that we've been doing. So what do I mean by that? Well, what is yield to maturity, right? What's the present value? It's the present value of a bond that equals a rate of return where it will equal par at the end of its period. So if I have say for instance, a 10-year 5% bond that's yielding say 7%, obviously it's going to trade at a discount because the difference in the par value and what you're going to pay for the bond is going to equal the additional 2%. And we're going to get into that more as we move along. But so you're going to have a price on that bond that's going to be less than par because you're going to make up for the extra 2%. So when you see calculations, you're going to see them a number of ways, but basically they're present value calculations for a bond. So there are three ways we could do a present value calculation. So one would be just to go right to Excel and do a present value calculation. Simple enough. I'm looking at a present value calculation of 5% for 2 years on $100. And the way I would do it is just go to formulas. I recently used present value. I'm going to put in 5%. Always remember the percent sign. Always remember the percent sign. The number of periods would be 2. No payment. And the future value would be 100. So the price I'm going to get, I'm going to put a minus 100 because that's the money I'm going to take out at the end, would be exactly what I'm showing up here, 90/70. So 90/70 invested at 5% compounded annually is going to equal $100 in 2 years. Now there are two other ways we can do it. One way was we could just use the present value formula, old school. We could take the future value multiplied by 1 over 1 plus the rate raised to the power of time. And that's what we did here. 100, which is the principal value, the future value, multiplied by 1 divided by 1.05 raised to the second power. Same as this. In fact, it's going to be exactly the same. Now, one other thing, and the reason why I did this tape is because I want you to see one other way you can do it, and you may see it. The reason why is that you may see it in examples. So this will cover it. The other way you can do it, mathematically, is we could either multiply by 1 divided by 1.05 raised to the second power, or we could multiply by 1.05 raised to the negative power. Once again, 1 divided by 1.05 raised to the second power is the same as 1.05 raised to the negative power. Instead of dividing by 1, we just raise by a negative power. Once again, 100 multiplied by 1 divided by 1.05 raised to the second power is the same as 100 times 1.05 raised to the negative power. And that's how you get that. And that's all I really wanted to show you here. So this way you would understand that raising 1.05 to the negative power is no different than taking 1.05 raised to the positive power and having 1 divided by that number. Or just use Excel.